Begin in wide-legged balasana, child's pose. Widen your knees to the outside edges of your mat and bring your big toes to touch. Sit back onto your heels, or you can place a bolster or blocks below your hips or chest and walk your hands forward, arms stretching wide until you can bow your head to mat, pillow, or block. Bring your attention to your hips. Do they feel good? Do they feel tight? What about the space behind your heart? Bring your awareness to any tightness you find and breathe into that space. This 25-minute class is an introduction into the theme of tapas, which is a Sanskrit word from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Tapas means accepting pain but not causing pain. It is creating heat with an intention to burn away all that is excess. During this heat-building practice, lean into the pain of your burning muscles and mental discomfort. Also be sure to listen to your body and make sure you're not causing harm. A sharp pain in a joint is not the type of pain we're looking to marinate in. And props are your friends. Use them for support so you can find a balance between being kind to yourself while also turning up the heat. And if you ever feel dizzy or need to stop for any reason, please do so. Always listen to your body. Lift your hips and align your knees below your hip bones. Wrists below your shoulders for tabletop. Back is in a neutral position. Press into your mat with all four corners of your hands and grip the mat with your fingertips. This protects and helps to strengthen the wrists. Cat-cows. Inhale, arch your back and look up. Tuck your toes under. Exhale as you round the spine, tucking your chin to your chest. Release the toes, tops of the feet press into your mat. Move with your own breath through several cycles. Inhaling as you arch your back and look up. Exhaling as you round the spine, tucking chin to chest. And come back to a neutral spine. Reach forward with your right hand. Engage the core to help maintain your balance. Lift your left leg behind you, keeping it parallel to the floor. As you inhale, simultaneously reach forward through your right fingertips and back through your left heel. Feel your right shoulder pull forward and your left hip reach back behind you as you press through the left heel. Beginning table crunches. Inhale, reach back through the foot and forward through fingertips. As you exhale, round the spine, bringing your knee and elbow to touch below your body. Inhale, extend your opposite arm and leg away from each other. Exhale, bring your elbow and knee to touch, rounding the spine. Keep your core engaged as you move with your own breath through several more cycles. If Ujjayi breath is part of your practice, use it here to help you slow down and maintain control. After your next exhale, drop your right hand to your mat. Inhale and reach out one more time through your left leg, keeping it lifted. This time as you exhale, keep your leg straight as you cross it over your right leg, dropping your toes to the ground off your mat. Step your left hand forward, peek over your right shoulder at your left foot, and breathe into your left side. You might feel a stretch anywhere from your left armpit to the top of the left hip. Return to all fours in tabletop position and breathe. Second side, begin by reaching forward with your left hand. Engage your core to maintain balance as you lift your right leg back. Reach forward through your left fingertips and back through your right heel. For your left shoulder, pull forward and your right hip stretch back behind you as you press through the right heel. Inhale, reach forward through fingertips and back through the foot. Use your ab muscles to push out your exhale as you round the spine, bringing your knee and elbow to touch below your body. Inhale, extend opposite arm and leg away from each other. Exhale, bring your elbow and knee to touch, rounding the spine. Move with your own breath through a few more cycles. Sometimes the challenge lies within the going, and sometimes the challenge lies within the staying. You'll find the most growth when you go into the challenge, regardless of whether that looks like moving or staying put. Let your own breath be your cue. On your next exhale, drop your left hand to your mat. Inhale and reach out one more time through your right leg. As you exhale, cross it over your left leg, lowering toes to the floor. Take a step forward with your right hand and peek over your left shoulder at your right foot. Breathe into your right side. Notice a stretch anywhere from your right armpit to the top of the right hip. Return to all fours in tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Align your hips over your knees. Walk your hands forward on fingertips. Then, melt your heart toward your mat for puppy pose. Hips stay lifted. Rest your chin or forehead on your mat. Connect with your heart, the Anahata chakra, and commit to the intention of ahimsa, or non-harming. As you move into more tapas, more heat-building asanas, remember to maintain this connection to your higher self, and let ahimsa be the fabric of every breath, every movement, and every thought. Make your way all the way down to lie on your belly. Bring your hands under your shoulders, chin to your mat. With the strength of your lower back muscles, inhale and peel your chest off your mat. Use your hands as a guide, gently resting on the ground. Exhale and lower, resting one cheek on the mat. Again, inhale, lift your chest and press the tops of your feet into your mat. Exhale, lower, and rest your other cheek on the mat. Last time, engage your quads, press your feet down, and inhale, lift, reach through the crown of your head. As you exhale, stay here. Inhale, try to lift higher using those lower back muscles. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach higher. And then exhale, release everything onto your mat. Let your arms rest along your sides. Be the observer. Pay attention to your inner dialogue as you move through different shapes during this practice. How do you speak to yourself when you move through a pose with ease? What do you say when met with difficulty? Do you find yourself resisting when taking a certain shape? Notice without judgment how you're speaking to yourself today. Bend your knees, grab onto your ankles. Inhale and kick your feet into your hands as you lift everything but your hips up off your mat for Dhanurasana, bow pose. Breathe here. Allow your body to rock forward and back as your lungs expand and contract. And exhale, release everything onto your mat, palms face up. Find your way into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Do some exploring. Pedal your feet. Move your gaze all the way to the right, then all the way to the left. Come onto your toes. Bend your knees a lot. Stick out your tailbone, and then slowly straighten the knees, reaching the heels toward the floor. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Exhale, let your body hang heavy. Sway from side to side. On an inhale, slowly rise up to stand like a rag doll. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead, reaching up out of the hips. Exhale, swan dive over your legs. Inhale, hands to shins, come up with a flat back, Uttanasana. Plant your hands and step both feet back behind you into plank pose. Shift forward and exhale as you slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Sphinx pose. Pause and breathe. Look over your right shoulder, leaning into your left psoas. Turn your gaze to the left, lean into your right psoas. Keep moving from side to side as long as this feels good. The psoas is your largest core muscle and the only muscle that connects your upper body to your lower body. On an exhale, roll over the tops of your feet and press your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg behind you, keeping your hips square. Engage your core. Exhale slowly as you bring your knee to hover behind your right elbow. Inhale, kick your leg straight back. Exhale, bring your knee to hover behind your left elbow. Inhale, move your leg back behind you. Exhale, knee reaches toward the right elbow. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, right knee crosses the body, moving toward the left elbow. Inhale, extend. The next time you exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Open up the right arm for low lunge twist. Inhale as you reach to the crown of your head. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Lower your right hand back down into low lunge. Lower your left knee to your mat. Shift your hips back, straightening the right leg for runner stretch. You may want to place your hands on blocks. Move with your breath as you rock forward into lunge, and then exhale back into runner stretch for several cycles. On your next pass-through lunge, pause here. Back knee lifts. Press your right leg back behind you, but keep it hovering in the air. Three-legged down dog. Hips are square. Then bend the right knee and open the hips. Flip your dog by continuing to travel the right leg over your body until it lands off the opposite side of your mat for Wild Thing. Reach forward through the right hand. Return to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Notice how slowing the breath and slowing your movement creates more heat here. Going, going, going isn't always the way of tapas. Second side. Inhale, lift your left leg behind you, keeping your hips square. Engage your core. Exhale slowly as you bring your knee to hover behind your left elbow. Inhale, kick your leg straight back. Exhale, bring your knee to hover behind your right elbow. Inhale, extend your leg back, hips stay square. Exhale, left knee reaches toward the left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee crosses the body, moving toward the right elbow. Inhale, extend. This time as you exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Open up the left arm for low lunge twist. Right hand continues to press into the mat. Inhale as you reach to the crown of your head. Exhale, twist. Bring both hands down to mat or blocks. Lower your right knee to the floor and shift back toward your right heel, finding a stretch through the back of the left leg for runner stretch. Move with your breath as you rock forward into a lunge and back into runner stretch for several cycles. On your next pass-through lunge, pause here. Lift the right knee and step your left foot back and up through three-legged downward facing dog. Keep the leg lifted. Bend your left knee and open up the left hip. Flip your dog. Release the left hand. Your left foot lands off your mat to the floor for Wild Thing. Reach forward through the left hand. Return to downward facing dog. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Fold over your legs, then slowly rise all the way up to stand. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Exhale and swan dive over your legs. Inhale, come up with a flat back, Uttanasana. Move through Vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. Make sure you have some blocks at the front of your mat in case you would like some support in pigeon pose today. Inhale, raise your right leg back. Exhale as you guide your right knee forward to rest behind your right hand. Foot moves toward your left hand, Kapotasana. Energetically squeeze your knees toward the center of your mat. Then scoot your back knee back with the extra space you find. Do this several times. Then fold forward onto forearms or blocks. You can rest your head on a block or on your hands or your mat. If you're really digging the tapas and you're not looking to slow down, then instead of resting in pigeon pose, you can do it actively by continuing to energetically squeeze the knees toward one another. Come onto fingertips. Bend your left knee and grab your left foot with your left hand. Work toward bringing your left foot toward your head, maybe even reaching for that left foot with the right hand as well. And if you're just resting in pigeon pose, continue to breathe into your hips. You'll be here for a few more moments. Begin to come out of the pose. If you're resting, take your time pressing yourself back up. Feel free to move through a vinyasa if you like, or find your way into pigeon pose on the opposite side. Once you find your way to the opposite side, energetically squeeze your knees toward the center of your mat. Then scoot your back knee back with the extra space you find. Do this several times, then fold forward onto forearms or blocks. Rest your head on a block or on your hands or your mat. It's common to feel different on both sides in Kapotasana. Try to notice without judgment how each side differs for you. If you did so on the other side, keep this pose active by continuing to energetically squeeze the knees toward one another. Come onto fingertips. Bend your right knee and grab your right foot with your right hand. Work toward bringing your right foot toward your head, maybe even reaching for that left foot with the left hand as well. If you're resting, slowly press yourself up onto your hands. When you're ready, feel free to move through a vinyasa if you like, or find your way back into downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the floor. Lie down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Snake your hands between your knees and place peace fingers around your big toes. Pull down on your toes as you press up through your feet. Press your sacrum into your mat for happy baby. Rock from side to side, being curious in this pose. Maybe stretching out one leg, then the other. Maybe just rocking from side to side, massaging your low back. Release your feet and stretch your legs out long. Make yourself comfortable using any props you like for a supported Shavasana. Relax your forehead, your jaw. Tuck your shoulder blades under your back, palms face up. Relax your abdomen, your thighs. Allow your feet to roll out to either side, or maybe your feet like to roll inward. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly expand as your lungs fill with air. Then hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth and exhale anything that's left. Let go of your breath completely. May you never deny yourself the full expression of joy for the fear of its passing. May you never deny yourself the full expression of sorrow for the fear of pain. May you live fully in every moment. May you keep the seat of the witness, knowing your joy is not you. May you keep the seat of the witness, knowing your sorrow is not you. May you laugh and cry and float between each with ease. Thank you for trusting me to hold the space for your healing practice today. May you bring this practice with you off of your mat and into your day. Namaste.